YouTube, what's going on? Back with video number 4. This is gonna be my last video, but I just had one more thing that I had to get off my chest. So for this video, I want to talk about gender roles, and I know this is a touchy topic. So obviously we have people who are for gender roles and against gender roles. I'm of the ilk that is for gender roles. I believe in gender roles. I believe in a woman doing womanly things, taking care of a home, making the house a home, taking care of a home, and I believe in a man providing that home to be made, providing that house to be made a home, and protecting that house, and doing manly things. And personally, I believe, I understand that gender roles may not be for everybody. I understand that a lack of gender roles is also not for everybody. So if you for gender roles, go find somebody who's also for gender roles. And if you're not for gender roles, go find somebody who's also not for gender roles. And so these next points I'm gonna make, these are just critiques. There's no beef, there's no shots. These are just some critiques and questions that I have for people who say that they're not for gender roles. Because I'm just trying to gauge how true that actually is, and how firm they stand on their premise. So one critique, obviously from women, that I have who say that they don't like gender roles is, okay, I'll just give this scenario. Say I'm together, me and a woman, we're together, we're in a relationship, we're living together, things are going great, and then one night we go to bed, and something goes bump in the night. Somebody's trying to break into our home. Are you as a woman going to get up? Not believe, and let's not forget, you don't believe in gender roles. Are you as a woman, say you wake up before me, I don't hear it before you do, are you going to get up and go defend us with your life? Because you don't believe in gender roles, so it's none of that. It's both the man and the woman can do anything and everything. So if you don't believe in gender roles, I would expect you, since you woke up first and you heard it, to go deal with that and defend us with your life. Are you as a woman gonna do that? I think hell no. And the reason I think that, the reason I know that is because it is not a woman's nature or instinct to do that, to have to defend or protect. It is a woman's nature and instinct to be protected, to place herself in a position and to make it easy to protect her. That is a woman's nature and instinct. To fall under the protection of a man. And it is a man's instinct to defend, to protect, to conceal what is under his protection and to cover and conceal what is under his protection, under his leadership. So that's just, that, and same thing with men. Say you have a man who's a stay-at-home father, and his wife works. His wife, pays the bills. Ask that man if he's fulfilled. He may say that he doesn't believe in gender roles and he's perfectly fine doing that, but I guarantee you there is going to be something in that man that is dying, that is crushing his soul, because he's not living up to his purpose as a man. A man's purpose is not to be at home, making the house a home while his wife works. That is completely out of order. That is completely out of touch with the nature that God gave man. He's not gonna. He is not gonna be fulfilled at all in that role. But I tell you what, he will be. He'll be depressed. He'll be anxious. He'll have really high anxiety. He may even have thoughts of, taking himself out of here, self-deletion, because he's not living up to his purpose as a man. So yeah, like that's not gonna work for him. So for both men and women who say that they are not for gender roles, I call BS. I call BS, man. Cause it's just not it's just not in our nature. I strongly believe, I firmly believe that it's not in our nature to not want gender roles. And let me tell you a story. So one time I was talking to this woman, we had just started talking, hit it off, whatever. And so I asked her, I said, what type of woman are you? And she proceeded to start telling me. And she was like, oh, I'm the type of woman that'll help you cut the grass. And when she said that, man, I lost all interest. I got turned off immediately. And in my head, I'm thinking, I just kind of tuned out after that. In my head, I'm thinking, I don't need you to help me cut the grass, okay? I need you to bring your fine ass outside in a sundress with a glass of lemonade while I cut the grass. And give it to me, and make me want to pick you up, take you in the house and do something to you real quick before I get back to cutting the grass. That's what I need you to do. I don't need you to help me cut the grass. And so, hey, some men, like I said, if you a man who don't believe in gender roles, you might be okay with that. You might be fine with that. But as for me and men like me, that don't work for us, man. I like, I like feminine. I like dainty. I like damsels in distress. Okay, I like soft women. I don't want no rough rider. I do not want no rough rider, man. She can go find a man that works for her. She is not for me. I like soft women. So yeah. But that's my video on that. That's my little critique for people who say that they're not for gender roles and they don't want gender roles. But again, I am for gender roles. I do believe heavily in gender roles, and will instill that into my children when that time comes, because I want my daughters looking to their mother, who's gonna be instilling femininity and womanly things and womanly values into my daughters. And I, in turn, am going to be instilling masculinity and manly things into my sons. So yeah, we team gender roles over here, baby. But yeah, that's my video on that. Thank you for listening.